All right, everyone, welcome back to another lovely episode of Dungeons & Nuts.
Whoop whoop.
The channel where we have high levels of intelligence. Whoa.
Nope, we don't.
We don't have that.
Whoa.
Definitely
High levels of entertainment, low levels of intelligence.
That's
what I meant
proven
to
once
say.
again.
Thanks for joining us.
Alright, that's it. That's the episode. Bye, folks.
Yep. Once again, there's the ding nut moment. Sorry about that. We just want to say thanks for watching. For this episode, it's already over. We've died. Because last time we left off with the sounds of dragons. So we're going to pick up from there. But if you want to see this, then go check us out on YouTube where you can watch the episodes. You can see our faces. You can see our reactions. You might even be able to see the battle map. Additionally, if you want to find out more information about when we're posting, want to answer questions, get to know us better, go check us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, or TikTok. You can find us there. You can message us. I can't speak.
Man.
Next time, Wesley will be the host.
You can message
On my
us.
Instagram, you can get a wedding invitation.
Hey!
That's true. Actually, by the time this episode's out, you're married.
Is it gonna be the 27th or is it gonna be Christmas?
It's gonna be past the 27th.
Yeah, I'll be married.
Yeah, so by the time this episode's out,
Not as
Congratulations, Gavin, on getting married.
Yeah, like that. When this comes out, you listen to it all say, hey,
You finally made it. You made it, son.
So, check us out on social media so you can find out when we're dropping a new episode and find out more information on other series. But I will turn the time over to our DM here.
Not good idea.
All right. We're gonna have a great time today, guys. All right. So, we last left off with Flynn, Duger, and Kiwaskibi talking, and then suddenly they heard a dragon roar. So clearly, we're not starting with you guys. All right.
Whoa.
Burning Whisper. As you and Tyrannos are walking down towards the city, the town again, you suddenly hear that same dragon roar.
Oh, no.
Like, Tyrannos is looking around, like, just like, trying to locate the direction that the roar came from.
It seems we may have to finish our business a little later, if that's okay, and I kind of turn to start running off.
Indeed. He's going to reach into his bag. He's going to reach into, like, a bag that he has at his side. He's going to pull out a big two-handed greatsword. Just, like, draw it, put the it's just like he's gonna start, not draw it, he just pulled out the sword, or just like straight, and he's just gonna start running along with you, like watching the sky looking for the dragon.
I'm heading back to my boat now.
Alright, that's still in the same direction that you guys
While we're doing this, I want to look at the sword.
Alright, what sort of a check should this be for you?
I'm not hiding it or anything, I'm just checking it out.
I'm trying to think of what you should be rolling to notice things about the sword. No, roll investigation, yeah. That seems appropriate for you.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
Oh, boy!
16.
16? Alright. This is a masterwork of a sword right here. Like, single-edged, but big enough to be two-handed. It is extremely ornate, with, a dragon skull looking like what looks like a dragon skull eating the blade or the crossguard. It is a very fancy looking sword, and it is bone white. The blade is bone white.
The whole thing?
The blade is bone white. The hilt is black. Looks like iron, but too shiny.
Well, Tyrannus, nice sword. Where'd you get it?
Found it in some ruins.
Is it magical?
You could say that.
What do you mean by that?
I mentioned that I found more than one hexblade, right? Keep the best for yourself. Just like keeps running.
Alright. That's all I really want to do.
As you guys are running, you start getting pretty close to the ship. Like you'll arrive in the next minute or so, when suddenly you see a shadow. The storm has slowly gotten more and more intense as you've been running, and you suddenly see a shadow move in the air around you.
Like over my head shadow, or just
like off,
shadow?
like you see a dark figure in the storm fly by.
Can I make a perception check to see what it is, or investigation something?
If you stop running, yes, you can do that. But if you keep running, you will be running blind.
I'll stop and look at it. I'll stop.
All right. You slow down and look around. Roll perception.
Got a 3.
You got a what?
A 3.
Alrighty.
I'll just keep running.
I
can't see nothing.
You stopped already. We're role playing from here.
Oh, freak!
Right. So you look like you stop and just like start looking around here, and nothing's gonna stop like back to back. Like you guys are both looking around, just like you see out like randomly out of the corners of your eyes, just like you see like shadows darting around. Just like both of you are looking around, like trying to find what's happening. I don't know.
So are we surrounded by some sort of fog or something right now?
What?
Are we surrounded by any sort of fog right now, or are we just seeing
It's
shadows running around? Oh, it's a snowstorm.
The wind is picking up and it's getting louder. Suddenly diving down from above, like you see just like a dragon creature dives out of nowhere and dive bombs straight towards you. Attack roll with advantage because unseen attack, surprise.
Wait, no, he is.
Alert?
Yeah, he has alert feet.
So you cannot be surprised.
Well, they cannot gain advantage from him not being able to see them.
All right, I'll use the first one.
That's a good feat.
I remember, like, I know he has the alert feet right now.
Thanks, Eli.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
All right, so diving down from out of nowhere, you suddenly just like you see a dragon come down. It screeches. This is not a true dragon. You identify as a wyvern.
You know what
Just
wyvern
like-
is?
Just like comes straight down, and it's you're watching its teeth, but suddenly like jabbing out from underneath it, a long stinger on its tail jabs forward at you. That will be
Yeah, wyverns have like
14 to hit.
This.
All right, dodge out of the way, and it flies off. No opportunity to attack. They have flyby. No. And then a second one is going to fly down and do the exact same thing. Nat 1.
Can I try to cut its tail off?
You can attempt to do that.
Let me try it.
It will likely fail because their tail is very thick and muscled.
and it's moving very quickly.
Hey, that stinger's stuck in the ground like a tree's trunk, alright?
It swings at you, you get a reaction. That will be the nat 1 consequence. It is not stuck in the ground.
I gotta use the right die.
So, what would you like to do? So, you're taking an attack?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Can I try to cut its tail? I just want to try to
You can attempt to cut its tail off.
I'm gonna cut its tail off. Watch.
He thinks. No.
I didn't cut its tail off.
What'd you get?
I don't think it matters.
What'd you get?
I got,
Did you roll 1?
no. I got like a 3 plus 8. 11.
Alright, yeah, you swing and just like slash and like barely the tip of the sword like hits the tail, but nothing, but it doesn't fall. It doesn't deal any damage. Just like wyverns will disappear off into the snowstorm. You have no sight.
Dearness, I think we should just start running blind.
There's something more around here. Suddenly you hear the dragon roar again. It's not the same as the screeches that the wyverns just barely made.
Are you saying those things are babies?
No, those are full-grown wyverns.
What the heck is
There's a
a
true dragon around here as well.
true dragon?
Fold the boat! Fold the boat! Alright, to you guys. What would you guys like to do right now?
As soon as I hear that dragon roar, Flynn just activates
You're
his
in
mage
the boat.
he activates his mage armor.
Okay.
It's just like almost for the second as it activates, you see more of the like a translucent like a formal captain's robes form over him, and then as soon as it goes completely over, it goes back to like wavy, very hard to see unless the light hits it just right, but it's just barely over. Kind of like the Guardians of the Galaxy, their shields, how it just goes right over them. It's like that, but when the light hits it, then you can see that he has like that mage armor on. So you just instantly top deck, fold the boat, Find Burning Whisper.
That seems like a good idea. And Kiyoskivi is going to mutter a quiet phrase, and then he's going to kind of like softly glow with some light embers and flames, like kind of dancing across him. He's casting Shield of Faith.
How long does that spell last?
10 minutes.
That's cool. Yeah.
And it's fire because
It's fire. It's fire. All right, so you guys go up on the deck. The snowstorm is slowly getting worse. You easily get everything you want and then pull the boat. What would you like to do now?
I think we should run towards town, towards where our buddy Whisper Man was.
Agreed.
Once we get the boat, of course.
All right, cool. You fold the boat and start running towards town.
I have my gun out at this point. I am on Golf. That's a
Good plan. Okay, you guys are running together. It's difficult terrain. The snow is getting heavy enough that it's difficult terrain now. That is applicable to you as well. You guys start heading towards town. After about 5 minutes of walking, you hear another dragon roar off the trail to your left.
Do we follow the dragon?
No. Why would we follow a dragon?
Back to you. So,
Go ahead.
you're just looking around, trying to find the circling wyverns, and then suddenly you hear off around, you sort of just are hearing things. You hear screeches from the wyverns. It sounds like you hear something heavy land in one direction. You feel like you hear footsteps in a different direction. And after a moment, just very tense few seconds, just trying to avoid getting caught and attacked, you see a shadow walking through, heading through the snow towards you. It appears to be humanoid. Rushing as fast as they possibly can towards you.
Okay. I'm just like, Oi! Who is it? What are you doing out here?
Hey, how's it going that day?
Oh, what are you doing out here, bud? Sorry.
You didn't die.
Shush.
You are watching through the snowstorm, trying to see. Tyrannos leans forward, squinting, trying to pierce through the snow as well. And out of the snow, the figure starts the shadows to come together. You're starting to be able to make them out more. It looks like about the same height as an average female human. It is a woman walking towards you, dressed well for the winter, and just you start making out more and more details. Just don't roll yet. And you notice heavy coat first, but the next thing that you notice is the bejeweled eye patch over her left eye.
Oh
No.
That you recognize.
Wait a minute.
Best believe I'm still bejeweled when I walk in the room.
This is Esmeralda, the pirate that you guys dropped the anchor on.
I'll make the
For Burning Whisper, who doesn't remember stuff.
Tyrannos, I think we're going the wrong way. Start trying to run the other direction.
He said he had other friends. I wonder who his
Tyrannos
friends
does
would be.
not walk. It does not move.
I just keep running. I don't care.
Wyvern falls out of the air, make an athletics check, and is attempting to grapple you.
I'm 6 away from these guys.
Can I use acrobatics?
Yeah. Yes, but you have disadvantage because you are trying to do acrobatics in heavy snow.
It's worth it.
It's good wyvern fighting music.
21.
I did not get it. But that's what you got?
Yep, that's what I got.
Oh, I got a 12.
Alright. Wyvern falls on top of you, you are not prone and pinned. You look up and you see Tyrannos is looking at her, looking straight at her, raises his huge sword towards her in one hand, easily handling it. Points at her and says, "I thought I told you to stay away from this place."
Don't trust him.
Huh? Wait, 1 second.
She just looks and is like, "Having fun talking with your prey then? Stop playing with your food and take the weapon already."
Wait. Oh, maybe go for him first.
I assume that if you're here, that means that those Dragonel riders have successfully managed to pound you down, even with the help I gave. She's gonna just scowl at him and just like not say anything. Tyranos turns around, like looking towards you, and it's just like gonna start walking towards you. You may take an action now if you wish. Or you may wait and hold an action. You may choose.
I'm gonna hold an action.
Okay. Mr. Whisper, just want you to know, it's nothing personal. I need that sword.
For what?
I told you that if a man doesn't have a reason for what they're doing, they've got nothing. But I can't defend the world from the dragons. Every one of them is a scourge. The Tau dragons pretend to be benevolent and help us. But they still look down on us. They still oppress the people that they pretend to protect, extorting their treasure, harming them in their battles with the chromatic dragons. All of them are a threat to humanity and every other mortal race. With that sword that you have there, you could cut. You don't have any idea what it is capable of. You've done nothing to discover its potential. With it, I could cut away the magic that makes dragons survive. I could drive them to extinction. And so I don't have a choice but to take it from you. I can't have another person capable of wielding it walking around. I can't have you coming after me.
Can I say something and then use my... And
Yeah.
will that replace my action?
Nope, you can talk.
This is a weird question, but does wyverns understand or like speak some sort of Draconic at all?
They do. But, notable thing about this particular wyvern. You know, like, as it's on you, just like, despite the storm, there's a stench. This wyvern is already dead.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll look at it again. I'll look at him.
It's rotting.
Well, I think I've seen enough dead things in my lifetime, and I try to misty step out of there.
Alright.
What?
Told you. Magic?
So, as you are looking up at this, like, Tyranos is walking up to you, like, holds his sword up high, and as he swings down, suddenly you find yourself in another spot.
I'll think about this later.
Alright. Where are you sprinting to?
Just away. The opposite direction, if I can point my
Alright.
footing.
You start
away.
running away from Tyranos, Esmeralda, and the two wyverns. Tyranos shouts something in a language you don't understand. The wyvern shrieks and goes into the air again. You run off. Roll me an acrobatics or athletics check in order to see how quickly you can move in the snow.
He's rolling terrible.
I got
his
a
entire
10.
Alright, you run, and then suddenly...
Take some different dice.
Like, you place your... run, and then suddenly, like...
I love you, Wesley.
You step on
Stop
something,
it.
and then suddenly you dislodge the snow that was covering it, and a sapling evergreen tree flies up and smacks you in the back. This has happened to me in real life. This is totally possible. You fall and go flipping and rolling and crash onto the... suddenly crash into something. Cute. Burning Whisper suddenly crashes into you.
Bonk! I'm just
Wyvern?
holding like a baby. I'm turning around now.
Oh!
Go. Now is the time for haste.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him down and keep running.
Oh, frick.
Where'd you go?
Long story short, there's a lot of bad things behind us.
Like what? Crash! In front of you, like, the snowstorm gets worse than it has so far at all, like, not even close.
I don't think it's a red dragon.
And you can barely make out the figure in front of you, but there is a white dragon with a figure with Tyrannos on his back. For you guys, you're seeing him for the first time. It is a half-elf with silvery, like almost silvery blonde hair, and a massive sword in his hand. Hugh, you recognize this figure completely. This is the person that was following you that one day when you saw the dragon off in the distance. You recognize the dragon, you recognize the sword, that he was wearing the frock on his back previously.
I don't have anything to do stupid with.
The dragon, for everyone to be aware, is dead.
Clearly.
Its jaw is half rotted, it is definitely a zombie.
Yeah, that's fine.
And Tyrannos is going, just like, he stands up on top of the dragon's back, like holding the huge great sword in like one hand easily. He's going to say, "Sorry, Burning Whisper. This is how it has to be." I know.
You're the one telling us.
He pounds his chest twice, and suddenly plate armor springs up from somewhere and latches onto his body, and a horned helmet appears on, like hops onto his head. Not like a Viking horned helmet, like the medieval helmet with with what looks like dragon horns on top.
Can I do a thing?
What is the thing that you wish to
Can
do?
I cast grease underneath the dragon?
That's an initiative action.
Oh.
All right. Anything that anyone wishes to do before we roll initiative?
I wish to speak to him.
All right.
You're the one telling us.
I was.
On a dead dragon.
No better way to fight dragons than with dragons.
I beg to differ.
You keep him talking.
Beg for your life. Now roll initiative.
You keep him talking.
He's not gonna wait.
I don't know what dice to use.
Yeah, it's not terrible initiative.
Please.
Which one's my initiative? Are we in this mood?
Okay.
today?
16.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in this mood today.
I got a 19.
Alrighty.
He's scared.
What'd you get?
No, I got a nice one. 21.
Alrighty.
Got 19.
Give me a second, I'm doing some...
5. Is it below 10? 7?
Sorry, I'm making sure I remember everything that he did. I made this NPC so long ago.
See, I didn't die.
You're going to.
But you wanna know what's really funny about plate armor? It's manufactured from metal.
You remember something about fire in the Northern Isles, right?
Oh yeah. But it's magic.
It will last. While it last at that way, yes.
I'm a cook.
Okay, cool. All right. So, for everyone's information, as this is rolled, the dragon appears to be a young white dragon. It's not too old. It's big, but not enormous. So, yeah. So everyone is aware. All right. So, what did everyone get on initiative?
19.
16?
21.
7.
All right. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth, whatever order it was.
4th, 5th.
All right.
You got the tree there too, with names.
Cool. I will make this thing.
Oh boy.
You should be very scared.
I'm not worried. My
You are
legs are
scared.
still
You're
young.
stupid.
My legs are still young.
You still got like 2 more uses of your thing.
Oh, I do.
Well, if it's according to how I made it last, yeah, you should.
Okay.
According to how you made what last?
The superhuman, or otherwise known as flash step.
Is that the feat that you made?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't take that.
You did take it?
You took you took the official feat for a different way.
Okay.
I'm telling Eli that what he thinks happened isn't actually what happened.
Okay. So it's just one for now stuff.
Yeah. It's the normal thing.
Okay.
Interesting.
Tree.
3.
All right. Flynn, what would you like to do at top of initiative?
Oh,
Roll them up. Use your magic to fix this.
you don't have
Is
time to
Flynn
talk
and
to
Whisper switched on there?
I don't know, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm on top.
Switched. All right, I'll fix it.
Great. Well, where? So he's on top of the dragon here.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, what are you talking about? Flynn's on top.
No, it was Whisper. Yes, Whisper goes there now.
Oh.
Characters.
Get it there. Iron Man just flipped onto the table.
So
Get it there.
Flynn is gonna see this and be like, okay, cool. So now we have a dragon to fight.
Oh, no, get rid of it. Oh, that's Galti.
That's guilty.
Let's replace Galti for this
You
particular
have a horse? Give me a horse.
There's unicorns.
That's a unicorn.
You want to sneeze?
There is one. Here, this is Galti for this fight.
Galti is a unicorn. How do you feel about that?
I have a lot
I feel fabulous, is how I feel.
I
Yeah.
have a lot of setup to do here. So Flynn's gonna pull out his sword, and as he does, he's gonna activate his blade song. So the wind around him just kind of starts to move a little bit easier, making it easier for him to move, to attack, to dodge, and not die.
Good idea, good idea.
Yes.
Excellent choice, Mike, actually.
Yes, excellent choice. And then, as his oh, that's a bonus action to activate. Cool. As in, he's gonna move because he doesn't want to be nearby. So he's gonna move about. Around that side, kind of near the back side of the dragon.
So did the dragon land, or is it still in the air?
It landed.
Okay.
It's just tall. So he's gonna try to go around like.
Yeah, put it down, sorry. Oh, don't. No, I got it. I can get it best.
Yes, he's going around the back side of the dragon. And. Action.
What are those?
Behind that light.
Looking at the dragon, I can tell that it's like a frost dragon, right?
Oh, yeah, you can tell.
Okay. So
Everyone knows that white dragons use ice.
that's
There's no secrets.
that's not a lot.
I don't know that.
So I'm gonna kind of like
Secrets.
throw my hands together, and you're gonna
Fun.
see like a web of electricity sparking between. I'm just gonna throw a net and cast my electric weave, which is just reflavored and entangled.
Okay, cool.
So it has to make a strength save to not be.
You're throwing a
I assume that this gets
throwing
both
safe on the
Tyrannos
dragon.
and,
Yeah. Because it's a 9 foot and 20 foot area. Which, yeah, because he's on top of it, so.
Alright, dragon gets well over 20.
Cool.
Yeah.
Give me a second, I'm mapping. So strength saving throw, you said?
Yes. Probably. Hopefully.
14.
Fails.
I rolled very low.
So throw it. He gets caught, and the dragon kind of like slips out of it, but it is still difficult terrain. Just, we don't have to fight. You can just go your own way and leave us alone. And I'm gonna end my turn.
Can I say something at that moment?
It's your turn, so yeah.
Oh. So is he like stunned or thrown?
He is
because
covered by a net of electricity and stuck on the ground.
Okay. Flynn? He's not gonna leave until he has my sword. I want to try to slash at this dragon, see if my sword can absorb
Alright,
magic from
run
it.
towards it. So as an action, you can attack spells. If you would like to attempt to attack the spell animating this dragon, you may do so. If that is what you wish to do.
I will do so.
Yeah, attacking any
Dragon
spell that
itself
may be
is
mana
not the
thing
thing
may
to
be
Can I use it as my
Yes.
bonus attack as well?
Exactly.
To try to attack
It takes the entire action to well, actually, no. You can take part of the attack action to attack the spell. You can attack the spell as many times as you want.
Okay.
Any spells that may be there, you may attack as many times as you wish.
Okay. So I could still use all 3 of my attacks. Attack, bonus attack, and bonus.
Yep.
Bonus attack. Yeah. Okay.
Attack, extra attack, 2 when fighting.
There you go. I'm gonna run up to it and just try to quickly slash at its toes or its ankle and try to see if I could suck some magic out of it.
You have one too.
That's a shield of fame. Is it 1?
You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Tyrannos is going to take a reaction, and he's going to make an attack roll against you.
Does he have disadvantage
He's
because
kind
he's
of
wrapped up?
He's still like 10 feet.
He's restrained.
So he will have a bit disadvantage on the attack roll.
And he's like 10 feet away from
I'm aware.
Wesley.
David knows what he's doing.
He is going to hold up his hand and cast Eldritch Blast.
Gosh.
Oh, well, yeah, that's... Yeah,
Oh, wait, do you have disadvantage only on melee attack rolls with restrained, or all attack rolls?
It's all attack rolls.
All attack rolls.
Cool.
Frick.
Oh no.
Mathing.
Don't math.
So we'll just guess a really bad number.
16.
Fails.
Second one. 17.
Matches.
Third one.
He has 3. Uh-oh.
Also 17.
Dang it, imagine.
It's 11 or higher.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it.
Take 23 force damage and be knocked back 20 feet.
Boink.
Don't
Back-
forget, everybody, all of this is difficult terrain.
Back 20.
Oh, yeah.
5, 10, 15. Like that?
Yep.
Good.
You're not prone, though.
Cool. That's nice. That's a lot of damage.
5.
Cantrip.
5 and 6.
I'm just thinking of his multi-class. 5 levels paladin, 6 levels paladin, 5 levels warlock.
Hard to say.
He's a bad guy.
Well, it is now his turn.
No.
He's a bad guy.
I'm a bad.
Well, actually, you still have 2 more attacks. You're just not within range of hitting him.
And you're not...
And you can't, you're all out of movement also.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you have any ranged attacks, you may use them,
I
but...
don't. Oh my gosh.
Cool. Alright, so, Dragon is going to go first. Because you guys are... He's going to fly up. Now I need the lifting thing. Tyrannos is staying on the ground. Dragon will fly over to be right over all of you guys. And 30-foot cone straight down. So basically 30-foot radius.
Swag ran out of there.
Can I dodge?
Nope. So I believe that this is a
Con save.
con save.
A con save?
Fine, I like that more than dexterity.
Oh no. Actually, it's not. Constitution saving throw? Oh, you gotta do something. With a 25.
Pass.
Finally.
9.
Fail. Duger.
Sorry. What was it?
Con save.
save.
Con?
Or
Oh,
Galti
That's
also.
not
Definitely fail.
Galti also.
Galti?
Ooh, that one? I'm in the second go to everyone else.
We did go out here.
I'm sorry. I don't know what Galti's con is.
What did you roll?
You rolled a 10.
I rolled a 10.
Does he have a +5?
No, he does.
He fails.
Definitely does not.
Okay. The damage is 45 cold damage, half as much on success.
Oh!
45?
So 23.
Galti immediately goes down.
You guys, there's a reason Tyrannos is convinced that dragons are a huge threat to every living thing. He's kind of right.
Yeah, I know, I tried.
Tyrannos is now going to turn towards the person that is holding him restrained and cast Eldritch Blast.
Hi.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage. You didn't activate your Blade Song, did you?
I did.
You did? Oh, dang it.
Yep, I made sure
Good
first
job.
thing I activated Blade Song.
Good job, Eli.
16.
Miss.
Second. 17.
Miss.
Nat 1.
Miss.
You may take a reaction. So he shoots 2 off, and then like his third one, what happens?
All of them, I kind of just like dodge through them. The last one, I want to try to like use my blade to just deflect it a bit, just block it off somewhere else.
Up towards the dragon,
you succeed
maybe?
to do that. Well, you can't redirect magic that way.
No,
That's true.
You successfully do that.
As that, like dodge, and try to like thinking maybe I can use my dagger in some way and just mirror reflect it off somewhere else. Or because did I notice that it sent him flying back?
Yes, you can definitely notice that. Like these things have a significant amount of force behind them.
Would be a way like as reflecting it to try to knock him like back with his own effect of the Eldritch Blast, kind of like a feedback.
This is not. You do not have the presence of mind to try to figure this out. You may experiment and attempt, or just do something you know will work. I cannot let you make an Arcana check right now to figure it out. You do not.
I'll just dodge. Just
okay.
and
Do
dodge
you want to
it.
have a reaction in order?
No,
to
I'll save my
take
reaction in
one?
case something else happens.
Okay, cool.
I
That
don't
is
know
his
what-
turn. That is turn.
Luger.
Oh boy, I mean, Duger sees Galti like go down and just crumble into bits and pieces, and he just is like, oh boy.
He's frozen solid.
He's yeah. And
Icicles are growing on him. That's not something that's supposed to ever happen with Galti. He's hot.
yes. Whew. Oh man. Like Gavin doesn't know what to do.
There's just one thing I would like to bring up before your turn that's extremely relevant. I wrote this down in the stat block but didn't mention it. The armor that Tyrnos is wearing is made out of dragon scales.
Not metal.
Not metal.
That is good to know, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I would have cooked them.
Yeah.
I guessed cook.
You know what? I think I knew what I was doing when I made this 6 months ago, but I don't remember everything I gave him anymore.
Duger. I can't.
You can just freeze at this moment.
He's gonna go invisible, and
Probably a good plan.
he is gonna try and run.
One issue I would like to bring up.
Yes.
Heavy snow.
Footprints. Be noticeable.
Yes, that is very true. Has any of the ground been messed up by the snow or the dragon or any of my...
Everything around here just got covered in a thicker layer of... Okay, blast of cold winds. Area has been cleared a little bit of snow, but also frozen solid.
Makes sense. Duger is just gonna go invisible, and he's gonna try and track through the parts of the snow that haven't been, like,
Okay.
messed up, and try and just not be next to his companions in case that happens again.
Take your guy off. Leave Galti there. He will be covered now.
He's covered.
He's covered, he's fine.
Decide where you are. Remember that your movement speed is halved, and roll me a stealth check to see how well.
Oh, I have disadvantage on stealth. I play a lot of stealthy characters, and sometimes I forget.
You have disadvantage and advantage. It balances out because of invisibility.
Oh,
True.
Just roll me a stealth check without anything, because sound and
There's a lot of
invisibility are
factors.
irrelevant for this particular stealth check. This is for covering your tracks.
Hmm.
So no modifiers, just no advantage or disadvantage, just stealth.
just stealth? He keeps rolling 8s.
That's actually really good though.
I have a very good stealth though. Sorry, math is hard. 16?
16. Cool.
15.
Noted.
Sorry.
I don't know where you are. I will. Well, okay. Finding you will require a search action, which none of them are going to take right now. The dragon could tell where you are if he was alive, but it has to be directed by Tyrannos. All right, cool.
Cute.
I'm gonna light him on fire. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. But what I am going to do, I'm gonna fall over apparently. Oh! I'm gonna walk towards the dude. 5, 10, 15.
That area is considered difficult, right?
Yeah, that's why I'll move 15 instead of all 30. Well, also, it's close enough to reach now. And as an action, I'm Slap him. I'm gonna slap him. Really, really easy. He is restrained, so I have advantage, correct?
Yup.
Fantastic. Okay, that is a 23.
I messed up. Okay, 23.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything important about messing up, or?
No, I should have dealt 10 more damage to Burning Whisper than I did.
4 damage with my hammer.
Got it.
And I am going to bonus action cast Speed of Throw Up Weapon
Okay.
at a 3rd level spell slot.
Good plan. Roll the hit.
It also has advantage, right? Because he's restrained, so it would.
Yes. He's restrained and therefore you have advantage.
Nat
20! First crit of the day, boys!
First thing over an 18 of the day.
Okay,
I've gotten over an 18 twice.
Shut up! Shut up! How dare you?
I'm gonna need 2 more d8s. 1 second.
2 more d8s.
I grabbed yours already. Well, one of yours. Alright.
1s?
2 1s, a 2 and a 5.
Oh my
That
gosh.
sucks.
Oh my god.
Reroll those ones.
Alright.
I'm freaking not dealing with this today.
Okay.
We need a victory for the players.
Okay.
That's
And I need justification for the pain I have to cause.
Okay,
Such low rolling
14,
today.
19. 22!
Ow.
As the flaming hammer appears right over him, just
He like falls to his knees for a second, looks up to you, looks up at you, and dexterity saving throw, please.
Why are you looking at me and I get a dex save?
Hellish rebuke.
That's not great.
I got a 7.
Welcome.
34 fire damage.
34 fire
I'm
damage?
just gonna dang it.
Well, I'm
Oh wait,
resistant.
sorry, I clicked one too many times. 28 fire damage.
I'm resistance to that.
So
I
14
take 14
fire damage.
I'm down.
It didn't matter.
I'm down. That's it.
Yeah.
Are we
High
supposed
level-
to lose this fight?
I wasn't sure whether you guys would win, but I have plans. The win condition for this isn't to actually kill them.
Just to run away.
That would work, but I have plans. Continue.
Anyways, I'm down. That's my turn.
Eli's turn.
Seeing Q go down, I'm like, oh crap.
Sorry for that dang
Do
dragon.
I do that thing again? My plan was not to do this, but okay. Again, we're gonna do what we did with Esmeralda, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Where didn't think we do this so soon. Bonus action flash recall to change spells.
Okay.
Action. I'm gonna go. You're gonna see Flynn's shadow manifest again into that like past self of him, and it's gonna form as he's just like, Q, no, you're not supposed to go down here. What's going on? And he's gonna summon Shadow Spawn because he does not like the fact that Q just went down in a very quick hit.
You lit me up with fire. That's so disrespectful to me.
It is.
I thought that it would be fine if I lit you on fire.
I had 12 hit points.
I had no idea about that.
You hit them with a
4 hit
frostbite.
points.
Alright.
5th level Hellish Rebuke.
Don't worry, I have an idea.
I actually rolled pretty good there.
Or cycle's better.
Okay, it's within.
This game is trying to tell us that we're not supposed to win this.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless.
I mean, I didn't intentionally do that. That
No.
was just very good roll.
No, it's not you. The
Oh.
dice.
I should have rolled one more dice. And also one tier of dice higher.
Oh no! I'm still dead.
Yeah. Wouldn't have made a difference.
Unless you rolled all ones.
I don't know spells very good, guys. I need to review my spells.
Just summon Shadow Spawn, right? And he's gonna summon it, and it's. I'm going to get him out of there. Is it considered? No, I don't want to do that. We're gonna go ahead and do its Fury form. And so it takes its turn, same as me. That's my action. I might have a bonus action. So I'm gonna have it just. Yeah, we're gonna have to try to carry Q out of there, I guess.
Oh.
Would the Shadow Spawn, which is a manifestation of your fury, actually do that?
He controls it, doesn't he?
Yes,
Partially.
but in character things.
Fair.
it's like I'm angry that Q's down, but I feel like part of my response would be like, we need to get him out of there because Flynn doesn't like to fight.
All right,
Probably.
roll an athletics check for the shadow spawn. And reminder, Q is freaking heavy.
He is a heavy boy. Athletics.
I don't
If
skip
it succeeds,
meals.
the
Wait.
dice is on my chair.
Natural 20! Woo! Let's go!
Just so you know, I had set the DC to 20 because this was not going to be easy.
What's the
It's
actual
a 20 plus 1. 21!
All right, you lift your shadow spawn lifts up Q and gets him out of there. He may be unaffected by the difficult terrain for this turn because of nat 20.
I'm gonna bring him back over towards me. Kind of put him there and have it be like that. And I'm gonna try.
I'm no longer concentrating.
So I'm gonna at least
You were never concentrating.
um
On what?
Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith. Oh, I guess if I would have lost the concentration with I forgot about that. Well,
that's gonna be my turn. It's just pure fear and anger that Q's down, and I'm in my turn there.
All right, cool. Did you just drop concentration on the web?
Yeah, and that's gone now. He's no longer restrained. I wish I could have more.
Before your turn, actually no, go.
This is a quick memory I want to recall. Is how did that slash affect the, I guess, the magic web when I slashed through it?
What?
When I
the
was
weave.
like, yes. When I how did that affect the surroundings around it?
You don't know. They know, but you don't.
Like
You never asked them.
there was no visual I could.
But we told him not to do it again.
You did not. Roll me a history check.
One.
You'd have no clue. You're wishing
Well, we're gonna do
You're
it.
wishing that you had talked to them more about this.
I'm
You're going
gonna
to intentionally try to rip the weave. Is that what you're doing?
I'm gonna try to throw a slash at him and try to like cut the weave and push him into some sort of weave, if that makes sense.
Make an Arcana check.
6.
You try to do so, and you just slash the sword, and nothing happens. That is one of your attacks down the hole.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna try again.
You may not try again this turn. You may try again next turn if you wish.
Move away. For now. Try to run. 5, 10, 15.
Yes, that's all you got.
Yep. Make sure I have only 30. And then I'm gonna do second wound.
Good plan.
I'll do that.
All right, is that your turn?
Yes. Ooh,
All right, it is now Tyrannos and the dragon's turn. Before, the dragon, rears up and, is about to dive down straight on top of Burning Whisper. And Tyrannos, turns and starts walking towards you, Flynn, when suddenly you hear, you see a light and a figure flies out of the sky and crashes into the white dragon. Both of the two of them fall and hit the ground. You snap, you hear snapping of jaws and and growling, and you look over and you see that dragonelle that was sitting on your ship earlier.
Yes! I never thought I'd be happier to see a dragon.
It's now wrestling with this dragon, which is significantly this white dragon, which is significantly larger than it, and it's clearly gonna get overpowered if things keep going. But the dragon is currently, for the moment, occupied.
Oh, okay.
Duger.
Yes.
You're currently hiding over somewhere, and you just feel a tap on your shoulder.
You gotta charge it up.
He's gonna turn around and he's gonna be holding the gun in his hand, but just obviously terrified.
You look back, and there's someone crouching by your shoulder. This is not a figure you've ever seen before. It looks like a older human man. He's wearing a brown duster. The travel duster looks well worn and well used. Wide-brimmed hat, and has a beard that was probably once completely black but is now streaked with a whole lot of gray. Not particularly unkempt, not particularly well groomed. The guy looks at you and is and he just he's just halfway crouching, and gestures over gestures over to you, like waves for you to follow him, and then starts walking over towards Flynn.
I am just like...
It's not your turn, but I'm telling you that this happened. Okay, Tyrannos' turn.
Ha!
Tyrannos is going to turn towards you, Flynn. And just like you see, like just around him, like darkness seems to emanate from him, and especially from that sword. You have seen a sword that looks like this before. This is like this reminds you a lot of Gabriel's Hexblade. He's going to walk toward. He's going to move 15 feet closer to you, which is enough to get within slashing range. And he is going to make several attacks against you. He does not have disadvantage this time.
Elo.
Miss.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
What is the hit? 21.
That matches. However,
Shield.
I don't think I do have shield with him. I want to use silvery barbs.
Reroll.
He goes to hit.
So you're certain that you want your reaction to be silvery barbs?
Yes, because I want to try to help others with.
All right,
it.
rerolling. 20.
That misses me then.
Third attack. Wait,
No, second attack. That was just one attack, wasn't it?
that was the second
That was
attack.
the second
Oh, never mind. I'm done.
Yeah, no. I can't see him.
He makes only 3 ranged attacks. That is his. Those are his 2 attacks.
I'm gonna block the first one, and the second one comes dangerously close. I'm just gonna push him back off of me, and just like, you swing worse than my teacher, and she was pretty bad at it too. And gonna
Bonus action hex.
Bonus action hex. Okay.
You are hexed. You now have disadvantage on all intelligence checks until the spell ends.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
Yeah.
If cast with a 5th level spell, which there's no guarantee that he did.
And I'm gonna give him. Well,
I don't need it. Actually, I might.
you might need it. You are how far away from me?
Within 60.
We're gonna give it a Q for those death saving throws.
Cool. It is now Duger's turn.
Oh, no, Q needs the saving throw.
I'm going
You
to...
have advantage on them already.
Just to my confusion, I'm just gonna
That's it.
follow him. Of course, I can only go 10 feet, so...
Like the level.
You somehow are able to ignore difficult terrain for the moment. While following him, difficult terrain does not affect you.
Oh, well then I'm going to follow him then. While I'm invisible, just so... Duger's just flabbergasted right now. He's like, how do you know where I was? Why is he not attacking me? Who is this man?
Alright. As you follow him, he's going to walk over towards Flynn, but not quite to him.
So
and he's going to gesture towards him, he's going to point over towards he's going to kneel down and just with a shocking amount of calmness for a battle going on right now, just going to push aside some snow, clearing out something, revealing mushrooms?
Hey, yo,
And,
Mushroom Man!
He has, there's some
dig it in
mushrooms
before
over
you
there,
camp, bro, am I right?
you see some mushrooms, he just uncovers some mushrooms, continues to dig out a little bit, and you notice that, the mushrooms form a perfect circle.
A perfect circle?
Mia is going to, gesture, alright, and you go. Cool, remove Duger from the battlefield.
We weren't supposed to go to the Fate this early.
Alright. I believe it is now
Duger's too
Q's
trusting.
turn.
That's saving throw with advantage!
Yes. See? I did.
Well, that's already a save. I rolled 13s.
Woohoo! Nice.
Alright, that's good. Alright, cool. Back to the top. Flynn, before your turn, you notice that, you suddenly, you feel some, as you're trying to, dodge and notice this thing, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Who's that?
You look over and you see the same grizzled old man.
Ah, where'd you come from, old man?
Your dragon friend over there isn't doing so well. It'd probably be best for him to get out of here, but he won't leave while you and your friends are here. So, if you please step. If you please, follow me.
Okay, 1 second.
Bring your friends.
I'll try. And I would like to try to counterspell Tyrannish by punching him in the throat.
Okay. I was like, excuse me.
I'm gonna take like my sword and go for like a strike, almost like a feint, but then just full on hit him with the butt end of it and just for the throat to make it so he can't really cast his spells verbally.
All right. What sort of an action would this be?
That's kind of, we got spell slots. I wasn't talking about spell slots.
This is interesting. Let's make this. Make an attack roll.
Okay. That's 8.
A total 8.
A total of 8.
What did you roll?
A 2 plus 6.
We're not supposed to beat you, Eli.
Would you like to take your second attack?
Yes, I would love to take my second attack here.
We're supposed to fail here, Eli.
But you can do cantrips as your second attack, can't you?
Yeah,
Or-
that'd be a bad decision
or-
considering what he's trying to do.
I'm trying to keep him from casting a spell.
True.
Do you want your shadow spawn to use the help action to give you advantage?
Yes, I'd love that. Can I do that for both my attacks?
Yes, sure. That was your the second roll for your first attack. Now you're on your second attack.
Yeah, now I'm on second attack. The other one was, I think
Today you guys are rolling terribly.
Yes, we are.
the second one's a 14, which I don't think hits.
I was rolling great, and then just died really quickly.
Okay.
Killed the one
19
person
plus
that was
6 for
on
the
the
other one.
All right, you you swing once, like he blocks with the sword, but you just got yourself in position because he was trying to defend from the blade. Like just hit him in the go for his throat, get underneath the armor, he just chokes for a second, stumbles backward. You may take the disengage action, and you will see how effective verbal components are if he ever tries to do something.
Okay!
You can't cast power word kill now.
No verbal component spells for you.
Maybe. You don't know how.
He has to make a
effective it was
con save, though, because I still hit him.
Why?
Because Hex is a concentration spell.
You're not dealing any damage, so
Okay.
you can't
Oh,
break.
Well,
Drag my body.
He passes with flying colors.
wow.
where's this little thing the guy wants me to go to?
It's like right,
He gestures over and just there's a little circle of mushrooms
right to the right of you, or to the left.
right behind you.
Oh,
Over here? We're back
That
by
way,
the
closer
water.
towards the water.
Alright.
You've already gotten into it. It's 10 feet away from you. You just look over, circles, and you go.
Burning Whisper this way!
You hop in, and you are gone. Remove him from the battlefield. All of you.
Get me out of there.
What about Goldie?
Galti's
Galti has to
still
stay
there.
There's nothing I can do about that.
All
I
right.
can make a new Galti.
Sure he can.
Burning Whisper. Tyrannos turns around and looks straight at you. And there's just an aura of darkness around him.
I don't know where anyone went.
You are unworthy of the blade you hold.
I'm gonna try to use all my anti-magic marks and just build up all the hatred inside me and just try to focus it at the tip of my sword and blast it like a giant beam if that's possible.
Roll an Arcana. If you do anything that is not in the text that I sent you that you can do, you're gonna have to roll an Arcana check to attempt to do it.
Okay.
So
Stop being creative, dude.
You don't have the intelligence for it.
Where is it? Where's my dice? Did you take my dice? No, each one. 16.
16, you hold it out in front of you and you feel the power of gathering, and then fires off and strikes him shoots straight out to hit him in the chest, and he swings up his sword and bats it aside.
No! He has another weird magic sword, plus he has pack magic instead of regular magic.
It's still magic, but there is something that you are onto something.
I was
He just keeps walking forward. A man with no conviction, no hope, no goal, no intention. You are ashamed to it.
I'm just a farmer, and I try to shoot again.
Not anymore. It's his turn now.
But I want to go to the dodging
Attack roll.
station to see power converters.
He's 50 foot away, but I guess he can just.
He suddenly vanishes,
Oh, freak.
reappears right behind you. Right behind you. He can't get advantage because alert.
Alert.
Good spell, good feat.
26.
I want to parry that.
Will that make it miss?
No, but
It's
it'll
just
reduce the
damage.
damage.
Oh, okay.
What do you need?
You're gonna need it. Because he's going to use Eldritch Smite and Divine Smite.
Yes.
Eldritch Smite.
That was ridiculous, I forgot.
Eldvine Smite.
Yeah, it's got to reduce it by like 2.
It's enough.
Listen
It's enough.
to the
54 necrotic and force damage.
Well, I don't
and you are knocked prone.
I don't think I can carry that.
damage. Yeah.
With a 3 plus.
Alright, how much HP are you at left?
I am...
How much damage did you say it was?
53 total.
That almost is his max. Yeah, his max hit points is 58.
So you are not dead.
I'm negative 25.
Oh, right, because you got hit by the dragon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, cool. You get hit by this massive sword. And now, interesting thing happens.
Yes, sir.
You have never been this close to death before.
Wait, hold on.
No, he's never been this close to death before.
okay.
There are reasons.
Okay.
You, yes, he has died, yes, he's gone down.
Wait a second.
We remember Venora.
You feel, like, as you get hit by this sword, you feel something weird happening. Like, you have a moment of just, like, intense clarity before you go down. It feels like you're, like, something is being pulled into the sword that he's hitting you with. Not your sword, his sword. Then, just, like, it starts pulling on you, and then suddenly you see something. It's just an old man, just walking up behind him, no hurry, just with a walking stick, like taking one step up in front of the other. Takes, like, reaches over and just, like, reaches out a hand to you.
I just look at him in amazement and just go to touch his hand. What the freak's going on?
He grabs you by, like, he grabs your arm, as if to help you up,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel something very strange, just like you feel some sort of, like, connection to this random old man, and suddenly you are gone. You are in a completely different place. And Burning Whisper suddenly just falls out of the air and he's dying.
Oh crap!
I need to make another death saving throw.
Yes.
Okay.
And so does Burning Whisper.
Can I cast
That was enough.
Cure Wounds on him?
Yes.
Good, because I just rolled a nat 1.
Okay, well, you have health now.
Yeah, I do fail, so it doesn't matter.
17.
When
So I
past
passed the
one
first
death
one.
saving throw.
When he's falling, I want to try. As soon as he gets within 90 feet, I want to vortex warp him, so he loses all that momentum and just hits the ground.
Okay.
And just
10, alright.
almost like a like feather fall, just redirect and just
Fair enough.
oh no, gotcha. Just gonna go over and do medicine on him, try to like check him. Like, what's going on? Wake up! Wake
Medicine
up!
check.
I just bolt upright.
18.
Okay, you're stable. You no longer need to make death saving throws.
Burning Whisper.
He's still down.
Burning
I
Whisper.
just bolt upright after getting healed.
Okay.
This guy. I heal him.
Duger.
Burning Whisper, I heal you. For
So,
6 hit points.
to regain 3 hit points.
Okay.
I just look down at my chest.
There's still a large hole and you're still breathing a bit, but you're not dead.
Don't move. I don't know how. Just trying to like bandage him up. Like, don't move. Just trying to wrap him.
Duger's just gonna fall on the ground. He's not unconscious, but he's just like breathing really hard. What just happened?
What was that?
Why are we here? Where are we?
Burning
He's gonna kinda, like,
Whisper.
stick his head up and start looking around, just trying to get a.
My hands are shaking as,
Feel
you're
picture
looking, as
of
I'm
it.
just staring at this wound in my chest. I'm like,
I literally have like, pop, pop, pop.
So, Duger has the most relevant question right now, so we're going to talk about that. So, you look up and start looking around your surroundings. You appear to be in a forest.
In a forest.
Yep.
Does anything look weird in this forest?
Yes, there are
the mushroom
you're looking on 4 different trees. They each appear to be in a different season.
Guys, where the freak are we? Look at the trees.
How much does?
They're also, you guys are all sitting around a perfect circle of mushrooms.
Yeah, I was gonna. How much does Flynn know about like mushrooms and
Absolutely
Feywild?
nothing.
Okay.
Well,
Dang it,
you may
Vora.
roll intelligence check of
Because I feel like, what
non-determinate
kind of
type.
stories would I've heard as sailor?
Roll a history check.
Ooh. 19 plus 4.
You've heard all sorts of wild stories about the
Mushrooms.
I was on a
things like
spice
this.
trading vessel. I probably heard tons of stories
Um,
and stuff.
Especially mushrooms.
Some
They were all
people
on
say
mushrooms.
there is a rumor that that any circle of mushrooms will bring you to the Feywild if you step into it. You've seen people test this, and you've seen it to be definitely false.
Skeptic.
But like, you just stepped in a circle of mushrooms, and now you're not there anymore. So,
Wait. Guys? I don't think we're on the material plane anymore.
well, I figured that you'd prefer to be out here than back there with that unfortunate fellow. You look over, none of you guys noticed this before, including the extremely perceptive ones, but there was a log that was just fallen on the ground in between two trees, and there's a person sitting on it. The same person that directed you guys to all come through here.
I mean, I didn't see him, so I'm going to take a defensive stance, because I was dead.
Yeah, like this guy, like, you swear you looked at that spot just a second ago and there was nothing there.
Who are you?
And
Just
why
a
did
fellow
you bring us
traveler.
here?
I find that highly improbable.
As improbable as you may find it. You'll see more improbable things here.
Oh.
And where is here?
One of the outer realms. We are currently nearby the border to Arborea. Officially, I believe that the people around your area refer to this as, generally more often they speak of it as the Feywild, actually, never mind.
Would religious studies include...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, plenty of it.
I'm like...
So Arborea is the realm of Lyra.
Sorry, can you hear
3 HP.
Arborea is
my
the realm
chest.
of Lyra. Technically,
My
a
soul
part of the
leaks-
Feywild,
leaking out
the
of my
Feywild
body.
and part could be considered part of
I
it.
saw the dragon.
But yeah,
Okay.
But you guys didn't have time to get out of
I
there.
didn't know what a dragon was.
And
Never seen a dragon before.
I just go off sailor stories.
I thank you for rescuing us.
of course, I was in the right place at the right time. Fate led me.
And
Flynn is just gonna like
What is
roll
your
his
name?
eyes there.
You can call me. You can just call me Traveler. It's not usually wise to give your name out willy-nilly in these places.
yes. Sorry, my brain's a little mushy. Just got
It may be wise for you, wise of yourselves to choose alternative bases of names for a moment. After all, going back that way will
It's
not be
not.
possible for some time.
How long of a time? I mean, the Feywild looks beautiful here, but we have some things we need to figure out. So the sooner we could get out, the better.
At least you brought your boat with us.
I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
Well, there are many things that
I'm
you
a heel burning whisper again. He's freaking out. Alright, fine. Shut up. Shut up and heal.
I'm still like tending, as like asking these questions, still like trying to wrap him up on everything.
You watching this thing? Just
Is it half hit points again?
Just
Or
like
heal
as
6?
you do that, no,
Okay.
not this time. So he's going to like just like as you're wrapping the wound, he's just gonna he's gonna walk over and just like gently but firmly push you aside. He is going to do the same thing. You may regain. He's way better at curing at patching wounds with medical equipment than anyone else that you've met in a long time. How many hit dice do you have?
All 6.
Just like maximum number.
6.
6.
Because I'm up.
Regain 15 health points. Healer feat for the win.
Q is going to use another spell on himself to heal a bit more. Because I'm a little low on health.
Fair enough.
I've been rolling 3s every time I roll this dice!
Use a different dice.
It's D8.
Use a different one.
Is it my dice?
No, it's mine. I got a 4.
Better.
Mentally.
After he finishes up with that, he's gonna like, with effort, like lift himself up on the walking stick and just like walk back over to his log and just like ease himself back down.
So, You helped us, and I'm grateful, but I'm assuming it comes at a cost. Well, at least the style I live, most times when people helped you, it would come at a cost of something else. So I'm assuming this might be similar.
Interesting idea.
But I'm suggesting it.
Why do many people think that way? I've met many like that. And yet I've met others who insist that all should go about and just help for no reason. Which do you believe is the correct choice?
I believe that we should help where help is needed. Help those that can't help themselves. I don't like the mentality of, I help you, I get paid. But it's a tough world out there.
Indeed that. Why do you think it's important? Why do you believe it is right to defend those that cannot protect themselves?
The value.
Shrek music. Sorry.
It's my fave playlist. I literally made a fave playlist.
I'm glad you did. This will be very
Smart.
helpful soon.
It's I don't know, a tenet, a value my captain instilled in me and the crew to be honorable, to help others when help is needed.
And you follow that tenet. That's fascinating.
Try my best to.
Well, that is sufficient payment. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Duger, can you pull Galti out to carry Burning Whisper? I want him to be able to walk for a bit.
He kind of hadn't realized, and he just kind of like sank in, like, oh.
I don't think I saw that happen with Galti going down or anything. I was.
You probably did.
I'm not going to have Galti for a while. Galti got frozen, and there isn't really a way that I could take him away. So
I got super frozen, but then I got thawed out with the fire, so there's no visible thing on me. I was completely sorry.
So I'm going to need to look a while before I can actually do that. It's a long rest, right?
I don't know. I don't know
I
your
think it's
class
a long
features.
rest.
It normally would be.
Alright, we'll take some time to get Galti back up and running.
Time. Fascinating thing how it runs and moves forward and back.
Yeah, I've heard stories about time in the Feywild.
I've heard those stories too.
How many of them are true?
Almost every one of them is a severe exaggeration. You don't walk in, spend a single night, and come out 1,000 years later, except in the most extreme circumstances.
These, to us, do seem to be fairly extreme circumstances.
In our short mortal lifespans, we will, if you were lucky, you'd be extremely lucky or unlucky, depending on your point of view, to be that person. Even in a place like this where probability can be deceptive, that is not like that. That is extremely unlikely to happen. Especially if you were able to move around in here. Those who know the rules are capable of getting anywhere at any time.
And
Wait, mister? Why did you...
Shut up!
Why did you even help us?
I was there. They led me to you.
this leads me to another question.
Roll my eyes.
What were they doing? What were you doing? What happened there? They were fighting you. What did you say?
They wanted the sword.
Okay, that's actually a fairly reasonable explanation.
That makes sense.
I wasn't even fighting it. Tried to rob me. And take my soul.
Hey,
I
take your
think.
Your
There wasn't a hole in my chest for nothing.
That's another interesting thing that I've learned. Very different ideas about the moralities. We are such strange creatures, aren't we?
Are you human too or something?
Hmm?
I have my doubts. Can I insight check that?
You may insight check that.
I will also insight check that, man.
very questionable.
25.
That's a 12. I
Natural
got excited.
20.
I thought I rolled a 21 for a second. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Wait a second, 21 on a d20.
Natural 20 for a total of 23.
I got a 25, but not that 20.
This guy, looking at him on the outside, appears completely human. You see absolutely nothing to make you think he's not. In terms of his words, something about the way he talks is just really, really, really hard to get a read on, like, what he says. He appears human in every way, but the way he acts is odd. Like, so odd that even with your nat 20, you just don't know what the tells are supposed to be with a person who does not act like people act. It's not that you think he's being deceptive or he's being truthful. You don't know what deceptive or truthful is going to look like on this guy. Same with you.
I figured.
Well, after he says that, I'm like, well, listen here, Mr. Man of Fate. I stand up and I take the sword and I just stab into the floor. Tell me what this is for. Why do we have it?
I don't know.
Why don't you just take it then?
Reaches out and is about to grab it.
I would not recommend touching it. Drains magic.
I just I leave it. I leave it there and I just sit down by something and just ponder about how I just almost lost everything in my soul.
It's not the first time you died. First time I brought you back.
Well, I don't think you could bring back a soul.
That
You'd be surprised.
kind of is what clerics do. Sometimes. If we like you. Yeah.
Yes, the topic of necromancy. Another interesting thing that we mortals have interesting decisions about. Well, were you not? Is that not the form of magic that is used to bring back the souls of men?
I suppose it is, but generally necromancy has the, I guess as you said, the idea of raising corpses as zombies.
And how different is it? Are you raising the corpses of the zombies, or are you merely placing a soul of your own creation into the body?
I don't think someone has the capability of creating a soul.
And as one who has no experience in such magic, I don't think I have a proper answer to give you.
Well, it's too bad. It's always interesting to hear the answers that are given. It's the answers to the questions that we don't think about that are often the most important.
Who are you?
Fellow traveler.
Hilarious.
It is the most accurate answer I can give.
So as a traveler, an explorer, you must know the Feywild quite well then.
I've been here a time or two.
Could you travel along with us and help us find our way out?
Or at the very least, point us in the right direction.
He points all around. All of the directions are the correct ones until you have a destination.
Stretch out of the Feywilds.
I have a feeling
No.
I'm not gonna fight this guy.
You say that you wish to get out, but there are a few details missing to that. Is there, first of all, a specific location? Could be helpful if you wish to actually end up where you want to go. In addition, there are more than 3 dimensions that you can travel here in the Feywild. When you wish to return is a very important question as well. As I believe we've discussed, it is entirely possible to come out 1,000 years later here. So, do you happen to have a more specific destination?
I want to
So
say.
that I cannot tell you which way to go.
I want to say, as he says, "Oh, like a destination," like Flynn thinks of his destination. He doesn't really want to go to the Northern Isles. Doesn't want to go anywhere. He just wants to be back at that harbor town, kind of on the beach, relaxing with Liza. That's where when he says destination, that's where he thinks flashes of that tavern just being there at that point.
I need you to roll a wisdom check. Wisdom check, not save.
Who's my fate die?
Project be consumed.
Wisdom check?
Mm-hmm.
Just a check, not saving throw.
Just to check. No one's attacking.
Probably.
Wisdom or charisma, whichever is higher.
8.
For a moment, the world around all of you flickers, and you see this harbor town and beach, and then it's back to the way it was before. For me, you just happened. I'd be careful with your thoughts around here. Do not broadcast them too much. It attracts attention.
Oh. Okay. Interesting then.
He's gonna look at you, like, suddenly, like, studying you, and, like, he appears to be looking at your head.
I'm a simple man, simple needs, with a lot of thoughts going on.
Would you mind
Turn? Sure.
Oh God. He appears to be looking directly at your ears.
Just gonna like try to pull the hair. Like, I mean, is there a cut on my ear or something?
No, there's no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it feels right now.
There's no. Only those with Fey blood can influence the spell. Usually, those that can influence this world are elves or half elves, but you do not.
You just see the blood. My soul.
As far as I know, I'm a full-blooded human. It's taught by an elf and a genasi.
Teachers don't matter. It's all about the blood. Unless you have ancestry from the Fey ancestors somewhere along the line, it's not possible to use the spell.
Speaking of Fae, the dragon that was helping us.
Ah, yes. First Moonstone dragon to be born in.
It was a Moonstone dragon.
We both said in unison, it was.
It was!
We'll have to hope he makes out alive. It would be a tragedy for such a creature to fall. Oh well, you see, that dragon was far more powerful than its opponent was far more powerful than it. With that man assisting him, I don't know if the dragon would be capable of defeating him. On the bright side, if he manages to fly far enough away, I doubt that the fallen paladin will be able to track him.
You called him the Fallen Paladin.
I mean, did you not see the shadows?
It's more focused on not getting hit.
I was more focused on dying from a dragon.
Can I still feel the hex on me?
Oh yeah, you still have hex on you.
So you don't happen to know how to remove shadow magic, do you?
Same way as any. Spelling it is usually the best method.
Why don't you just go ahead and touch that sword then?
I mean,
Actually, Dugar, do you want to help make a safe experiment?
don't have a curse.
Yes,
We do it the silver.
of course.
No, of course.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna like go over and try to
So you do
go
have
away.
necromancy spell.
Oh, I'm not holding it anymore. It's still stabbing.
I do.
I'm gonna try just go away and like talk to Dugar. This may be one of my stupid ideas.
Okay.
So I need you to safeguard.
Okay.
This is not what Duker's good at.
I know.
Do you want me to hold on to anything?
I have this. There's a shadow magic. However,
Finn hops up on your shoulder.
Finn, this is one of those conversations that is.
Reaches up and starts playing with something in your hair.
This is a treasure conversation. You know what that
Pulls out
means?
something and eats it.
Treasure conversation means no one else knows about it. Okay.
He just starts climbing down your side, like pulls out and starts trying to pull you the dagger out of its sheath.
No. What if we had learned to try to use the sword to this element?
What?
This is why I said I needed you to talk about this idea.
Huh.
You're not here.
I mean,
It's just an idea that flew in my head, so I needed to get it out and talk with you because you also are really good with magic. So that's just an idea.
You two can have your conversation over here. Meanwhile, Burning Whisper. The traveler guy is going to walk up over to where you're sitting next to the sword. It's gonna just like
tears,
tap it with the like
magic.
just like tap the hilt with a stick, like none too gently.
You're currently covered in magic.
So, sword that devours magic.
There was an idea.
Yeah.
Now that it's out, it sounds terrible. We'll scrap it.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
No, we're scrapping it.
Definitely a unique blade. Never seen anything like that.
But I'm curious.
I don't think anyone has in millennia.
I can't show them my curiosity. They will start
Yeah.
tasting stuff.
But maybe that's what we need to do.
It's in the
Just gonna
face.
sit down next to you and
Yes.
see what it says.
If we mess something up
You seem
here, it
weird
doesn't
from your
really
journey.
affect us, does it?
How's the path been so far?
Everywhere. About
Well,
10 years.
I've died about twice, almost 3 times. The third time, I almost lost my soul.
Hey guys, if you're going to have a conversation about experiment, I'm having a plot relevant conversation. I know do it right there.
So, I'm just thinking, what's worth it anymore?
Thinking is always a good decision.
We should do more often.
Well, in order to determine whether something is worth it, you have to determine what you're trading. Worth implies an exchange of one valuable for another, does it not? In this case, it seems that you are risking your life on a dangerous path on the journey. So, what is it that you're hoping to get in exchange for this risk? What are you potentially investing your life into?
At this moment, I don't know. Just doing it because fate told me to, I guess.
Fate doesn't tell people to do things. Perhaps I like to look at it a different way. I'm a traveler. I go for wherever fate takes me. Or you could also say that I go wherever my feet take me. Whether or not I was fated to be somewhere, does it change the fact that my feet were the ones that took me there? If I had instead chosen to take a right at the last intersection, I never would have found you.
Yeah.
Was it fate that I made the choice that I did? Was I forced to come and assist you?
Who knows?
Well, in that case, let's proceed with the assumption that should you make the decision to go a different direction, nothing would stop you. So, would you choose to stay on this path, or would you choose to change it? Take a turn.
I changed it. I don't know where I would go.
Well, that brings us down to the same question that I asked your friends. All the directions are the right one until you've chosen a path, chosen a destination.
There's this man, the Cheshire Cat.
So, what destination do you wish?
I don't know, traveler. Where do you want to go right now?
I want to understand. My destination for quite some time has been to go about and find the answers for everyone else's destination. Do you know how many people in this enormous multiverse have no clue why they're going where they're going? Sometimes they've always been going this direction and have never paused to consider why they're going there. Sometimes they've chosen a path based off of information which they later grew to disbelieve. Some people wander without ever considering which way they wish to go. There was some wisdom to what that fool on the other side said. Someone with no goal, what are they worth? They contribute nothing. Even a farmer has the goal of raising his crops each season. Otherwise, why does he do all the work he does? So, I'm going to ask again. Where do you want to go? Your answer will help me on my journey.
I want to be free.
What's binding you?
It seems a sword is binding me.
He's gonna gesture towards it, like smack it very irreverently with the stick, just like stay like pounding it a little more into the dirt. It seems like it's stuck there pretty good for the moment. What would happen if you just walked away?
I guess that fool could come and take it.
Okay. And why do you care about that?
Because he'll do a lot of bad things with it.
Why is that your concern?
Because it could consume me later.
Could consume you later?
Concern me later.
Well, why would it concern you then? If your destiny, you don't have a particular destination in mind, choose a path that doesn't collide with his. Unless any of those paths are a path that you cannot tolerate. You can always leave it here and come back another time. You can always reclaim it from whoever finds it. Or you could keep it with you now. You could bury it deep below the earth and hope that no one ever finds it. You have many paths. It's not holding you anywhere. It doesn't appear to be alive.
That's a fair point. I'll look around.
Flynn and Dugar are still furiously discussing possible experiment designs.
And then it just goes, never mind, we're not doing that anymore.
Guess I want to become a traveler then.
You're already that.
I want to keep this sword safe from other people. I guess I want to understand why people want this sword. Once I figure that out, then I'll bury it where no one can find it.
Right? Well then, he's going, he takes his stick and leans heavily on it, stands up. In that case, if that is your destination, the direction you want to go is that way. Points off the stick in a certain direction.
When I get up, I just kind of half-heartedly pull the sword out of the ground and put it away. I look at everyone else. Well, guys, I think I know where we're going. And I just start walking in that direction.
Whoa.
I just
Hey, wait.
Where are we going?
We're in no physical condition to be walking right now. I'd say it's
You
zero
will
scratches.
Let's just say I'm eager to get rid of this sword, and then kind of look dazed and to the ground.
Well, that fallen paladin from before sort of seemed to want to take it off your hands. What he told us.
That man wants to destroy the entire dragon sea and every dragon inside of it.
I see.
So I guess you wouldn't mind too much, but
No, I don't like them, but I don't want to kill them.
I think I've seen enough death in my short life so far. So why don't you just say we go and destroy this thing or something?
I believe that'll prove a very difficult task, but
Getting rid of something that's a threat to the leave.
however, Mr. B did want us to use it to save the world.
So then we can do that, and then put it in a really deep hole or break it, destroy it.
I think the third of those options sounds like the best. Burying it does not seem a sufficient way to get rid of it.
Exactly.
So this direction?
Yeah.
Right about you, traveler?
As you say that, you look around and Traveler isn't currently there.
Man.
I told you, dude. Nothing's real in the Fang.
Well, speaking of Fae, I do know that we should definitely not use our own names.
Gotta
Of all my studies, that is something I know.
You screwed me.
What?
You said his name.
I said his name out
My
loud.
name.
Okay, from here, we need to come up with new names. So that we can
I
get
will
to know.
be Terrasteolisus.
I'm sorry, what language is
We're
that?
calling him Terry.
Terra!
Scary Terry.
I don't
I'm
mean Terry.
Stuger.
Stuger.
I
You know, I think I had a ship made with that name before.
Terry.
No, Stuger.
Really?
Yeah, he was like a really large guy. Stuger. He was our chef. He made really good food. Granted, though, by the time we got down to the mess hall, most of it was gone.
Can we just keep walking?
I'm so confused.
I believe we should rest for now. We can walk a small ways, but we should definitely heal up.
If you guys keep watch, I can give us a little bit of shelter for a second.
I can do that.
And start
Well, let's walk a few paces away from the entrance.
from that entrance. Yeah.
That entrance.
I don't want
Alright. So I believe you guys all walked after Burning Whisper, right?
Yeah.
You look back towards where the entrance was, and there is nothing. Like, there is a literal cliff face right where you were.
I do not like this place.
I don't like. I'm not a fan.
Like, you're at the bottom of a cliff suddenly.
Ah.
You can't see the top of it either.
I suppose this is the safest place as any.
At the bottom.
I guess so. Gonna start ritual casting Tiny Hut. And just putting around, kind of like making rune circles and pulling the weave and making the hut. So,
Alright.
10 minutes.
This is one of the weirdest castings you've ever experienced because, like, as you start trying to pull the weave around, it's resisting you. Like, it does not want to be bound down into a particular pattern right now. Like, it's where it wants to be and it doesn't want to change right now. Like, it's changing constantly. Like, you feel it's way more chaotic than usual, but, like, when the instant you try to change it in a particular way, it's resisting. You get it eventually, but, like, you can feel the chaotic nature of this place even in the very spell casting.
It's like I'm trying to like catch a kid or a dog and it's just running away from me. Just like, no, back over here. No.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, like these threads don't want to come out, and like as soon as you finally get 3 of them in place, one of the ones you just barely did like comes out. Just like it takes you like you're fighting every minute of this ritual casting, and then Liam
It's
and
a
Tiny Hut goes up.
stressful 11 minutes of casting this spell. Just,
Or it's like,
just running around in circles.
Like you've never you've seen him cast stuff before. Usually he goes step by step, like draws the circle one piece at a time. Like he's running every which way. Like and as soon as he finishes like drawing the runes over, he's like, oh, like you hear like a sailor curse run over and just like
hear, like,
put something back in place.
Many
Just like,
escape my mouth.
yeah. All right, Leoman's tiny hut is now up.
Yeah. Okay. Should be good for now. We can rest, heal, and talk of the new names.
New names?
I didn't designate him as a person.
who I looked for the voice.
It's not that hard to find it. Like as soon as you say it, like there's just a pixie right in front of Flynn.
Gross.
What?
Gross.
How
That's so mean.
What? How did you get in here?
Oh, I was here the whole time.
I made this just for the 4 of us.
I've been here for hours ago.
Just the 4 of us.
4 hours? This was 10 minutes.
Yeah. You guys came to my spot.
Well, you weren't.
We're sitting on our house. Sorry.
No,
We
my
were
house is
sitting on
over
her.
there.
Then
We were, hypothetically speaking, sitting on her house.
Actually, I might move my house over there today. Actually, here does seem like a good spot.
yeah, I just set this on. I can't move it.
What can we call you, Pixie?
Ah, you can call me Faye.
Creative.
Not that kind. In my language, it means faith.
Faith.
Mm-hmm.
And what language is this?
Sylvan. Most people around here speak that. She does a little cartwheel.
Well, Faith, will you
Unfortunately-
mind holding this for me? And I just put the sword on the ground.
Don't.
No!
Oh, and she's gonna fly down, like start hovering right over.
I'm just gonna like. I'm literally just gonna like.
Fast
Boing. No.
It'd be best not to touch that. It tends to drain the magic out of things.
With your small size, that would probably kill you instantly.
She's gonna fly down, like land straight on the sword. Just looking over at the sword, just like fascinated by it. Wow.
Don't get too.
Wow, it really is doing a good job with the magic. Like it reaches into like reaches around. Like my pixie dust doesn't work at all anymore. So like try to hop up and finally like suddenly like can't just like lands on the ground.
I will put my hand down in front of.
She steps down on it.
I got a shoulder pixie.
She's gonna look up over at you and she's like, "You are weird."
Shit under my breath, like,
I could say the same about you.
You could. She's going to just walk over, like grab a hand onto your helmet, like swing around and like a pole, and like go on the other shoulder, just like, and then just like will casually walk down your arm, and, like hop to the ground and like walk up to Flynn. She's gonna look up at it, and just gonna look up at you, and she's going to say, "You've got a fun one too."
What?
Sword. She points up at your hip where your dagger is.
I've got a lot of comments about this thing. You know anything about its origin?
Oh yeah, that's a wonderful sword. It's one of the ones that I saw.
Where? From who?
Oh, a long time ago now.
Was she elven?
They were all elven. There were like, I think like 9 of them? Yeah.
That was
You can't make them very often.
Was it made here?
Not here, silly. Right here, there's nothing around here.
In this realm.
Yeah. Look up. You can barely see the stars right now. You actually look up and it has somehow turned into night. It was not night long ago. But like, you see stars, it's like, you can't make a moon blade without the moon, silly.
I don't know how time works here.
It would probably be best if we do not spend
Time doesn't do work.
No. You reminded me of someone I know. No.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a very fun sword.
Can you show us? Is there a forge where we can use to finish this? Because I have a piece here. My friend has another piece.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's a lot of forges. It's not that hard to find a forge.
Well, once we've rested, can you perhaps take us in the direction of the forge?
Sure. Which one do you want to go to?
The one that would take the least amount of time by our perception to get there.
And the one that is the least dangerous.
That's more important.
The least perception of time, by your perspective.
It would
You're
not
in the
take long
Feywild
for-
right now. Your perspective is very different from the one I think you actually care about.
How about your perspective?
My perspective is your perspective right now.
She was Skibby's physically heating up right now. Like,
Flynn's
Take
trying
us
to
to the
figure out how to
safest
match
forge.
energy.
Safest forge.
That's within reasonable walking distance.
Why would we ever want to walk there?
how do you propose we get there? We cannot fly.
We could, if there's gravity surges here.
Like this. She just closes her eyes and opens them again, and suddenly you guys are in a different place entirely.
Okay. Is my hut still here?
Your hut is still around you.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like, no!
How did...
I'm not going to ask questions. This is the Feywild.
I think we're learning that very quickly.
That's not a good decision either, silly. You need to ask questions, or you're not going to know how things work.
I don't feel like things work here.
That's a very smart thing right there. He's a smart one. I like this one.
You like to work off logic and knowledge. This place defies our knowledge and logic.
Why would I follow your logic when I could just follow mine?
Because with everyone following their own logic, what order can we maintain it?
None whatsoever.
Precisely.
Why would I want that?
Do I have calm emotions?
You can't see it, but it's steaming on Q's TV.
Man, did someone cast heat?
Please do. Take me out. Though I do think it'd be prudent if we take some time to rest first.
I honestly couldn't agree more.
Well, time is very easy to get around here.
Then it should be
After
easy
all,
for
you
us to-
invented it.
Oh.
Like, what do you mean you invented it?
You guys broke it into little tiny pieces.
Measurements.
Why would, there's nothing special about a second, but you guys decided that there was, so now there is.
Well, physics.
You guys made your own rule. You did the same thing that we did.
Well, we put it in a. Flynn's breaking down because he wants to try to explain it, but then realizes there's no point. It's like he's like it's like trying to argue with Finn sometimes. You just can't win, and he.
Hey,
just
you remember
breaks
what
down.
creature type Finn is, right?
Yes, that's why I was like, this reminds me of a certain someone. It's just
Sometimes it's very fun to be able to quantify time in a way that we can maybe understand it or perceive it, because you can do fun stuff with it.
You're right. Choosing and making that rule can be very helpful. But I don't think you understand. You made that. Remake it.
so you want me to break my under?
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to say, you know what?
Like this. She's gonna just stand up really tall, go into and then suddenly lean back and kind of tuck and roll, and she falls onto her, she rolls back and lands on her side into sleeping, and then suddenly wakes up and she's flying again.
I'm going to close my eyes and say, I'm going to say that this is 8 hours and just sleep and then try and wake up again. And I don't know.
All right, cool. Noted. Would anyone else like to try something?
I would like to sleep normally.
Okay, you can sleep normally.
I'll sleep normally.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Finn, just reach into nothingness and pull him out.
You reach out and you can't reach into nothingness right now.
Finn,
Finn just jumps up on your arm.
I swear this is gonna be a normal thing for you, Finn.
He's just going to send, telepathically send. You're in the Feywild, silly. This is where you send me.
I can't send you away now.
You could send him back to the normal world.
Free will.
Send him in the middle of the ocean.
Just send him back to the real world. Options. One, there are several options I can consider. One, you summon him over the ocean, he drowns and dies. Option 2, you summon him to a monster around a place, he dies. Option 3, and probably the worst,
Summon him high enough.
you summon him into a city, unsupervised and safe.
Well, yes, I was gonna say, can it be somewhere familiar that I know, like Sylph's Tavern?
How many things will he steal before you get back?
Oh, it's fine. He's with Sylph. They both steal.
Exactly!
That means it'll be 10 times worse.
I know.
Yeah, Finn is going to be wanted in every city in the Dragon
You
Sea.
could teleport. You could send him back 5,000 miles above. We'll just slowly be falling, and then you're like, "All right, come back."
I'm just gonna be like, Finn,
He was a squirrel.
I need you to help me understand what's going on here. Because me and you, we're on a different frequency here, buddy. So I need you to help me understand you now. Okay? So help me understand how time works in the Fae.
Well, the important thing to realize is that the Feywild doesn't not have rules. It has rules. Those rules just aren't as they're not defined for the same reason that yours are. In your world, when something goes up, it goes back down, because that's the way it is. Here, if something goes up and it goes back down, it's because someone decided it worked that way. When you're in an unclaimed area, you can set the rules if you're able to. when you're in a claimed area, you have to play by the rules of whoever's claimed it.
And do you know claimed and unclaimed areas in the Fae?
This place isn't claimed. It's far away from anything important.
Or what if I said we're important?
What if?
Oh no, I don't like playing with the Fae magic.
He was going to have a mental break.
He was gonna hate it here.
He will. It's like,
He was going to try to impose his order on everybody. He's going to become his own Fae god, so he just makes it normal.
He's gonna try.
Normal.
Archfey, this place will be normal. Alright.
just like, so Finn, what if I deemed that this, where we are, is important for us?
If you make a rule, then you claim it. That's the only thing that makes something yours is that you decide it is.
Well then, I'm going to decide that this is a safe spot, and that we are fine.
Okay. And if you decide that, and someone more powerful comes along, he can change that. Just because if someone enters an area where you've made a rule, they have to follow that rule until it gets changed, but if you just say something's safe, then you won't get struck by lightning, a tree won't fall on you. But if a smart tree comes along, he might fall on you.
Well then,
So basically, it's pure chaos.
This is the realm of chaos.
This is Duger's
This
place.
is literally the realm of chaos.
This is where Duger wants to be. Leave him here.
he is happy.
He was literally going to
Flynn's gonna,
explode here.
This is another Toffer moment.
No, leave him be.
Shout out
Flynn's
to
gonna
Toffer.
like slip a little bit and
Toffer.
just.
Toffer, yeah, there you go.
All right, then I guess we can stay here.
Did we actually fall asleep?
You got. We're getting to that. We're working through this. This is happening as you're getting ready for bed.
How can? Finn's like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. Screw it. We're fine. We can keep walking. If there's no rules, no order, there's just chaos.
Do you want to rest?
I want to continue going on. I want the
Is he-
feeling of being rested.
This is still telepathic, right?
Okay. Any level. Let's make a charisma check.
I'm afraid I can do too well this time, so we'll use the other spark die. Oh well, I did good as well. Charisma check.
That one die that's working right now.
That is a 9.
All right. If anyone has any levels of exhaustion, they are removed. You feel rested. You are still injured, and any magic you've expended is expended still.
I feel not as tired. Let's try something a little bigger now. I'm just gonna like try to think and replenished. Just right now, the weave, we bend with the weave and are replenished, healed, restored. Instead of trying to like, he's trying to essentially let go of the control and just go with the weave now.
Okay. Roll me a Arcana check real fast for trying to figure out which way the weave is going. Because you said you want to go with the weave, you need to first identify what
I think I have disadvantage because of Hex.
Hex wears off by now. If you use your first level spell slot, it's already done.
I would also like to point out, Duger tried to fall asleep standing.
He
He didn't lay down, he didn't sit down, he
He was so tired, he just...
I'm
He
going
was
to
like-
sleep.
I'm going to get 8 hours of sleep in 2 minutes. He just fell asleep.
12.
12. Okay, so you have already. First of all, you know one thing you notice. The weave is starting to bend around you a little bit. It is It appears that you already have imposed a couple of rules on this area. You've imposed the normal world rules by being here and having that as a base assumption for what it is. because of that, some of the real world rules around you are completely applicable. That's why gravity is working the way it is. That's the reason why walking around and friction causes you to walk around. You've already imposed some of the laws of physics here. As such, following as many of real world rules as possible would be a lower DC in order to change. So normally it requires you a certain number of hours of sleep in order to recover all of your things. If you want to just instantly replenish it while skipping that is completely breaking the rules that you've already set, so it will be more difficult and require stronger strength of will. But if you try to bend something else in order to still follow as many rules as possible, it is easier to change it. Little steps are easier to make than big steps, though big steps are possible.
Just tougher.
Higher DC of charisma push on the world.
Finn, I'm gonna have to be listening to you for the next little bit here. Just something I don't like saying. You're the guide here.
Okay.
But
I think Faith is right. Just remake time. How long is a second? How long is an hour? How long is a day?
I don't know. Days always went pretty fast for me.
In order to sleep, you wake up faster. So what if everyone in this area just could wake up faster?
Yeah. Everyone just gets the same amount of sleep as me, 6 hours.
And what if an hour was shorter than that? What if an hour was half an hour?
What's different? An hour is half an hour.
Except you can't actually think of it like that. You have to think of it not being an hour or half an hour. An hour is an hour, but shorter.
So an hour isn't half an hour. Finn, you're breaking me right now. Just baby steps. As he's like,
an hour isn't this big, it's this big. This is 1 hour now.
What kind of dirt are we on? Is it just like dirt?
What kind of dirt are you on?
He's just gonna be like, I need to draw this out, and look down and try to picture like sand so he can draw.
Charisma check.
Or mine.
14.
Success.
Okay.
The area around you become like the ground below you becomes kind of sandy, and you hear the faint sound of waves in the distance.
I love this.
What is
Like, where
You guys
are
aren't
we?
asleep yet.
it? Yeah, no, I'm like,
You are currently with your eyes closed, waiting the 2 minutes and hoping that it'll be 8 hours.
Quinn's like trying to draw this out so he can kind of understand it. She's like, okay, so this is like mapping out. This is material plane hour. But this is the hour that I like. It's just like a lot shorter bars of this is the hour.
As you do this, like Finn is going to go over to the material one and just start stomping on it.
I need a visual.
No reference. If you have reference, then you've decided that's how it's supposed to be. You're making that the rule and trying to break it. You can't break the rules, you change them.
Just like, fine. Just gonna go underneath the shortened hour one and make it shorter. Then it's like, hour now, past hour.
Alright, charisma check. With advantage because Finn is helping you.
Yay, my little buddy finally's helping me.
Finally not doing something to this.
15.
Alright. How much did you shorten the hour?
I want to say I was trying following Finn's steps of like hours, half an hour.
Alright. In 4 hours, all of you are completely rested.
Woohoo!
with madness.
So, the thing is, all of you guys perceive, like, you can tell you have not rested enough. Like, you have not slept a full 8 hours.
But we get the
Like, your internal clock, like, you specifically, your internal clock is very accurate.
It's very precise.
And, like, you're waking up feeling fully rested, all of your spell slots back, fully health, and it's been half the time it's supposed to be.
What are you doing to this place?
You're not gonna like it. But I'm learning from Finn.
Going back to bed.
No, you don't need to go back to bed. It's fine. You're not tired anymore.
Finn is going to come up and he's just like gonna pop up on you. I know, not Finn. Suddenly, like, Faith is just like flying up around you and she's like, It's been 8 hours, silly.
They're
He's just gonna just blank stare with his mask.
Just like
What's
gonna come up to you, doink, and just like boop, and like tap you on the nose, and just like do a backflip off, giggling.
So now that
I'm going to die here.
you can,
No,
Yeah, I'll
thank
check
you.
out
You'll
Mr.
survive.
Whisper
Let
now.
you.
so if this is how the gears are now like kind of turning and working for him, because with Flynn trying to like make magic his own spells, like wait a minute, this kind of starts to make sense to me now. I think we're gonna be fine
Why is
as
that?
long as we obey by the laws of chaos here.
And I think that this is a great place to end the session today.
Goodness!
All right. So, will Flynn be able to figure out how he is able to do this new system of rules and breaking them? Will Duger ever get over the fact that he is a dwarf and unable to do this? Will Burning Whisper be able to discover the secrets of the Black Blade?
Dugan thinks he's done it.
Will Kiwaskivi have a mental breakdown?
Yes. Yes, he already is.
How many mental breakdowns will Kiwaskivi have?
Better question.
Find out next time. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thanks everyone. We'll see you next time.
Good
See you next
night.
time. Good night.
Bye.